Hi guys, well, today we're gonna do something fun, which is we're gonna recycle or upcycle, what they call these days, or just simply reuse old rayon skirt from 70s. You still can find them probably in your mom's and grandma's closet if you're young enough, or in your own one if you're old enough like me, or you can always find them in the secondary stores like Goodwill stores, Salvation Army stores, thrift stores, and such a outstanding quality of rayon. What if you own the skirt, you still don't have hard to throw out because you remember that comfort of it. Dyes was different in 70s. They don't bleached with washing, they don't bleached with sun, they hold pretty good, just like what I'm showing to you. And well, patterns was such a beautiful, and well, it was this practically every fabric used for those skirts was designer fabric with borders on, which is hard to find these days, especially in this type of quality. That's why it makes such a reason to save them and to reuse them. We can make beautiful stylish dress out of it, and that's what I want to show to you how to do that. Most of those skirts look like that. You remember them, right? Very wide elastic, stitched quite few times through it, and if it's border like what I'm showing to you, border material, border will be on the bottom, and it's actually very full. If you open that skirt, it's almost like sun cut. It's very full if you open that. But, actually, it's dripping down all nice. It don't look too full. It don't look that way too full on you or on the picture, because rayon kind of heavy, because it's better, much better quality rayon is what they make these days. It's heavy weight or medium weight, and it's dripping down so beautiful, and all this fullness practically gone to almost straight look. And well, some of them come with pleated version of it. Hold to those pleated ones. I will show to you later in separate video how to make best use of it. Most of pleated ones, of course, polyester, but we can really put in good use those skirts as well. Right now we're talking about rayon ones. Doesn't matter, if you have that border, your dress will come up more stylish. If you don't have that border is just nice flowers, nice flower pattern all around, still come up with good dress. What to do with that? Let me show to you. Get rid of this elastic, just cut it off completely. You don't have to waste time to rip in the parts. Just get rid of that elastic completely, and what's left of it, just press it out completely, and you will come up with piece of fabric like that, laying like that. Depend how wide skirt is it, that's depend on the size what you begin with. Well, even like if you have 1X and you actually shooting for 2X dress to make out of it, it's okay. You still will be able to do it because it's such a full thing. And in my case, I am 3X. I'm working on my weight, and I did lost few pounds. It's going to be tons of another videos for weight losers and weight watchers. No, well, if you don't want to miss none of it, subscribe and push on the little bell, but you will not miss none of it. It's coming in future. But well, if I still available to make from skirt 1X to make my 3X dress, because that's how wide it was. Because 1X these days, China X, and 1X in 70s, when it still was done in US sizes, it's totally different 1X. No, well, you kind of judge if you open, when you cut this, if you spend $1 or few dollars in secondary store to buy it, and you cut off this elastic, just open in a store and see how wide it is. Can you fit in? Because you know your garment, you know your size. If you can fit in wide width, your border will be right here going on. If you can fit in after you cut elastic from this point to this point, it's minutes your skirt. You can buy it, and you can be busy, continue busy with that, what I will show to you right now. No, well, that's your fabric. That's how you lay out. You kind of estimate, and you start cutting. I decide that's what I want. This is a dress what I'm gonna make with. It's like half-hour job dress for me, for you. Even if you're beginner, probably will be no more as 3 hours. If you're very beginning, if you have some experience with sewing, it will be probably like maybe 2 hours of job. Well, and it's gonna be just simple. Cut like that. Simple cut like that, like tube cut practically. And I want my border to go from shoulder down. That's how I want my border to go, this way, to give this dress some kind of stylish look, you know. Now, well, what it mean? How I gonna cut all that? First of all, you have to measure size around chest. how much you have around your chest. Bra size will help you with that, but remember, bra size will go, when you buy it, go under your bust. You have to measure your bust size on a very wide part of your bust, which is across your nipples. And that's going to be your size of your chest for a woman. And what you do, make sure this width of this material will accommodate width of how big is your chest. And then you start cutting. You kind of figure up where is the middle of it on your, not on the fabric, on your chest. You figure out where is mid of your chest, and it can be here in the middle of fabric, it can be here more close to border, or if you don't have border, more close to this edge. You count in everything from your side, right side of this fabric. And well, I didn't want to do it in video because it's become too long. No, well, that's why I'm explaining on the paper for you now. But it's just common sense. It's very easy steps. And what you do, you figure up that you divide your chest around. That's what you measure with measurement tape. Divide it on 2, okay? And that's going to be your width right here. That's a chalk mark that you grow on your piece of fabric, what you cut out of skirt and press it out. And that is your chalk mark. And then what you do, you're going to start cutting neckline. Just randomly. You don't even fold this way. You don't even have to do that. It's that simple, okay? If you want to fold this one over, yes, do it. But it's not necessary, actually. You can do it very simple way. And, what you're gonna do? Depend on the size of your neck. If you want, like me, very conservative and old, not too big size cut here. If you younger one, make it bigger, but make sure that that dress gonna slide over. You don't even have to do it right now when you just marking that piece of fabric. When you try it on first time, you can regulate. Just cut like a not too big, what you will just get your head in. And after you cut it, you cut that thing and you try it on first time, you will figure out better how wide fabric you will need. And then you, of course, that's gonna be your sleeve. That's as far as this goes. How wide does this go down? Not too wide. Depend again on your age. If you old and big, or just simply big, nothing wrong with being big. It's a lot of things which can cost it. And well, we obviously. I have no problem with plus size women. I'm plus size by myself. No, well, make sure your arm fit, because if you bigger size, your arm is wider, and that has to be wider. Plus, it's a summer dress. It has to go down a little bit to make sure it's free, because it's gonna drip over your shoulder anyway. It's not gonna be straight cut here. It's gonna drip over your shoulder. No, well, but make sure it's not so deep. It's not too deep, because you don't want to show when you pick up your arm. You don't want to show your bra in that armpit cut. No, well, again, this width don't have to be. You can make bigger, a little bit bigger when you cut fabric, because you always can close up a little bit after your first fitting in that dress. And that's it. Just make sure it's kind of a little bit. Here is a little bit less, maybe 2 inches in from that, and that's your cut all the way down. And repeat whenever you absolutely repeat the same way out. You can fold it by this line and cut the same way there. Repeat exactly what you did there, okay? And then what you do, you practically have 2 seams to do right here. That's all for now. Then you try it on. You see how big is your armhole is. You try it on inside out, because you will be available to somebody else can help you to pin it on you, or you can just pin on yourself, just kind of estimating in the mirror if you're working alone how much you need to take it in on both sides to make it more fitted. Just make sure you're not making too narrow tube, because if you do make into narrow tube, you will need to put zipper in the back. It means you will need to make another seam. Right now it's going to be no seam on the back, but in that case you need to make seam on the back, and that's not a good idea. Yeah, shoulders will be stitched if because it's a side seam of the skirt. Already shoulders will be stitched because you matched the shoulders with a side seam on a skirt, what used to be skirt, and that's what you don't have to hassle with that. But when you fit first time, you can figure out a way of this is border again. This is not a line, it's not a chalk mark. It's just a pattern in my case, and in your case maybe not there at all. And that's all what you do. You just try it on. You want some more wide cut if you're young, because you want one shoulder off, drop down when you're wearing the dress. Yes, do it. You're in charge. You're in charge of this project. And if you, or you want to make some deeper cut on the back on this dress and higher on the front, yes, again, you're in charge of this project. You can do anything you want. And that's all to it. Just stitch it here and figure up what's here, or stitch it around neck. Well, it is so simple, even if you're beginner. Just rolled it a little bit and stitch it. In my case, I did use overlock because I do have one. If you don't have one, just roll it a few times and stitch like that without overlock. And do the same on your bottom, on your neck, and on your armpits. That's all to it, absolutely. And okay, guys, I just want to show to you how what's come up from that rayon skirt, and I even match this dress with my hat, one of my summer hats. And well, of course I have hat for every occasion. Summer and winter doesn't matter, spring or fall. And it's pretty good match in the colors, and that's what we call styling. You got with good match, especially for summertime, when most of people wear light and bright and summery. Yes, I want to wear those pieces too, but you know, when you want to be really different, stand out, be comfortable on some semi dressed up occasion, but still be very comfortable because it's summer. And this is like best quality rayon from 70s. Best quality. It's so comfortable. When I started making this dress, my plans was just for a house dress, just another house dress. But again, I have so many of them, and after silhouette of this dress is really nice. Like that border on the skirt, the former border on the skirt, going absolutely down, just like that, and it's come up to be beautiful dress. And the same border, of course, going all the way on the back, because I explained to you already how we cut this dress. And after I see what's come up, you know, it's going to be my going out and be comfortable dress. And every one of my going out and be comfortable dress, it's all cotton. I'm in that age when I don't mess with polyester most of the time. Maybe 1 out of 20 dresses is polyester or blouse. Everything else is pure cotton. As you can see, I run the seam on the front, just because my size is unfortunately much bigger as mannequin size. In your cases, don't have to be there. It's absolutely don't have to be there. And we're gonna make few of those summer easy make dresses, probably in 1 week or 10 days. And well, it can be done for any kind of sizes, and it's so easy. It's for somebody unexperienced, 2 hours of job. For me, it's like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. I got my dress. Well, thank you for your watching, guys. A lot of stuff already online, and please check it out, subscribe. For those who want to subscribe, I want to tell what's coming next. We will do a lot of upcycling clothes. I like to recycle, just like this job, for example, and we will make something from new fabrics as well. And because we still live in pandemic, I feel obligated for those customers, for those subscribers of my, I'm sorry, having tailor shop for so long, I call everybody customer, with respect. Well, for those subscribers of mine who sign up because of pandemic time, because I have a lot of information about it as well on the channel, I will stick to that topic. At least one video a week will be committed to that topic, which is we're gonna make masks. We're gonna check durability of those masks and how much they withdrawal will follow university patterns. I found few of them, and we will do some other stuff. But most of another 1 or 2 video a week besides that will be just what we have now. And one more little thing forgot. Look, my 3X size skirt with heavy weight rayon. That's what I rolled it in. And trust me, this rayon is so good and such a good weight that when I rolled it off and I need to wear it, it's going to be no. And it's not a skirt here, it's a whole dress. See how that's what I'm talking quality. Look up for the skirts in the secondary stores. You will feel so good about it if you make dress like that. And well, look, size of my hand and size of this roll, and it's so good if you plan to travel. If you, I don't suggest to travel in pandemic anyway, but just to tell you, well, this is a keeper. If you spend your time to make dress like that, this is a keeper. Trust me, this colors, this dye will not bleach out, and you will have it for years to come. Thank you guys for watching.